Hip-hop had come full circle and started in the gangs of New York and ended in the gangs of L.A. But just at that moment, along came a new force in hip-hop from where you least expected. Arrested Development, led by Speech, emerged from a cloud of dirt on a Georgia dust track with some southern fried hip-hop and the funk of redemption.
Our space is the South, our time is now.
Yo, this is headliner from Arrested Development, and right now you're in the midst of a celebration of life, death, and the struggles of our ancestors. Check it out. Let me hear you say,
They represent sort of a younger point of view, which is in opposition to gangster rap, that has more of a, I guess, I don't know, new age flavor to what they do, and also very much interested in Africa.
For people to understand our purpose and our intent when we're doing our hip-hop, our form of hip-hop, you have to understand where we come from as a group. I mean, Arrested Development, we're coming from the South, first of all. Second of all, the whole reason why the group Arrested Development was formed was because of a brand new knowledge of this world of black liberation and learning about our culture as African people. As people well know, coming from the slavery experience here in America, a lot of black people in America didn't know about their culture.
But they squeeze parts of my date's anatomy. Why, Lord, your brothers have to drill me? Cause if I stop to hit this man, they'll have to kill me. You see,
for the song People Every Day, it wasn't a conscious decision to link with Sly. It was just more so, it was a jam, and I always liked his stuff, and I always wanted to just use that on everyday people. To me, that was like a saying that was so relative to what I am as a brother, We came from a background and a learning that African women and black women were those of the backbones of our society. We came from that type of background. We came from the background of black women raising up our entire race. If it wasn't for those same black women that many call bitch and hoe, I dare say our race of people wouldn't be here right now. So we have to give the props where props is due, and that's where we come from.
my grandma passed, my brother's gone. I never at once felt so alone. I know you're supposed to be my steering wheel, not just my spare tire. But Lord, I ask you to be my guide in the force and truth. For some strange reason it had to be. He guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Lord,
It was only 2 grandmothers ago, 2 of my grandmothers ago. My great-grandmother was a slave. So that's not something in some way back in the day history. It's something that's very relevant, especially when you get down here and you see it. I imagine every single tree that I see out here, I imagine someone could be hanging from it. The picture is that vivid to me. At the end of our Tennessee video, it was a picture of two men that were hung from a tree. And I wanted to do that because I wanted people to understand just where we're coming from here in America. What type of past did we come from? Why are we these beasts that we are today? Why are we this animal that we are today? Why are some people so angry? Well, that's maybe why, you know. I come from a DJ background. Well, I used to DJ ever since I was 13. So I was DJing for like 7 years. And my pops owned this club. He was running this club. It was a disco. They weren't called clubs back then. And at this disco, you know, I can imagine, I can remember seeing people dancing all night long, you know. And it's almost like as if in slow motion, dancing and drinking. And I could see people trying to escape woes. Sampling to me is like taking a photo. You know, I think taking a photo is spiritual too. You know how like in the vampire movies they have, if you take a picture of Dracula, it doesn't show up, right? Because it's supposed to be evil or something. So I think sampling is the same thing. When you scoop up a sample from somebody, you're scooping up whoever that artist was, you're scooping up his or hers feelings at that time. You're scooping up a section of their feelings. You're scooping up a section of their sadness, of their happiness, of their angriness, of all of that. You know, everything has a spirit. Every noise has a spirit.
There are foolish things. Favorite things. Sometimes the foolish things are very favorite, and sometimes the favorite things are very foolish. So these are some foolish and favorite things.
DJing techniques invented in the 1970s by kids in the Bronx have spread throughout the world, and hip-hop is still pushing back the boundaries of what is possible in music. The United Future organization are an avant-garde trio of DJs, one French, two Japanese, and they are experimenting with jazz hip-hop fusion.
Il est vrai que avec ce qui s'est passé avec le hip-hop, ça a donné la possibilité au DJ de devenir un artiste probablement, de devenir producteur, de produire lui-même sans en étant même peut-être même pas musicien.
Depuis bientôt 1 mois et demi, elle s'est installée dans ma vie. Il n'y a plus de place dans mes nuits. Pour le sommeil et pour l'ennui. Elle s'endort sur mon épaule. J'ai dans les yeux ses boucles folles. Ça me fait un peu boucher. Mais j'aime penser beaux cheveux.
Mais on a essayé surtout, et ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est d'être international, dès le départ. Et ça a ouvert une porte au niveau, je ne dis pas qu'on a été les premiers à le faire, mais ça a ouvert une porte dans le business, ou chez les DJ, ou chez les artistes.
From its roots in the Bronx, hip-hop has become a global movement, and rappers are rocking the mic from Tokyo to London.
Being black living in Britain ain't easy, you know, and people have to hear what we got to say because our experience breeds a particular type of individual, you know, that the world don't know about because they've never heard us, never been able to sit down with us and listen to us. They have to hear us. This is what I think.
So lyrical bantan, they ask where you come from. I say East London, they get soup like wonton. If you test me, I suggest you best be watching your swatch. Feel the Bigfoot from MC Sasquatch. Watch as I clutch the mic with a firm grip. Whoops, it slipped, but I still managed to ride it and slide it back. So mashing up the bad beats, mashing up the set with the freaky deaky speech on the better metaphor. You just forget the law when I hunt the skunk. Man, I think I better score than I'm red. Yes, I guess the sensitivity stress the best, I confess.
You got a problem with that?
Nah, mate, I'll still be kicking it. Zulu flipping it, ripping up the big wig. Send around a man, it's Jack. Looking like a chimp on crack.
How has hip-hop changed the world? hip-hop has changed the world by infiltrating into white society as being something that gives a view and a look into the sentiments of black people, the feelings of black people, and the lifestyles of black people. And whereas before it was kept away, now it can't be kept away. It's sort of like soaked in. And to me, communication and the truth can always bring people together. But, you know, people fear what they don't know anything about. And once they start to discover that, you know, we're people too, that's how it's changed the world.
Laba, laba, bitty girl. If she stink, and I'm reeling, like a feeling. Man, I'll clutch you with a jack, then the cricket back. So what you wanna, Mr. Mello? Why you talk like that? Me no know. Article, chest expand with the foot spread, neck back is close to rotted, and they say that's the move. That means this thing got that tall. What do you talk them things? I must be bloody mental. Give me the mic and I will smack barbarian, infidel, pagan, Amorite, and I watch you running like a monkey on speed. Like a white, we are gonna give you what you need. On the plow road, Banton, article, bona fide from long time gone. Off neck, we are gonna give you what you need. And hey, soft boy, we make you strong before we leave. And I tell you, told you. Hey, some boy, we are the top of any league like that. Because you know we are for league, Jonesy. Yeah. Cause you know we are for league. Jonesy. Later on, all South Bank Show crew. Yeah, alright. As we say in London, little more. See? Heads. No, alright.